Mr. Oshrock here, and this video is about John 2, 3 through 11. The title of it will be, Did Jesus make vinegar, wine, or grape juice? Now, some people think that it was wine, some people think it's grape juice, some people say it might be vinegar. We're going to read scripture and we're going to find out. Now, before we get into it, just want to cover this one thing. This video is not to encourage people to start drinking or to become alcoholics. I'm not taking up for it. I'm not saying be a drunkard. I'm just going over the scripture so we can take it as it is, not adding to, not taking away from it. Just leave it like it is. And at the end of it, we'll see what kind of facts we have. Okay? So let's do that, and let's get right into it. Alright, first verse is going to be John 2:3. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus saith unto him, They have no wine. Right off the bat, they have no wine. Some say that meant grape juice, or that might have meant vinegar. He saith unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? My hour is not yet come. His mother saith unto the servants, Whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. And there were set there 6 water pots of stone, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Okay, that's a pot that's almost as tall as I am, maybe taller. I don't know. They're big pots. Okay, tell me, they're big. May not be that big. I don't know. I guess it depends on what shape they are. They're big. Okay, these are huge pots. And Jesus is going to take water and turn it into wine in these pots. 6 of them. Okay. 6. That's a lot of wine. That's a lot of grape juice, but that's especially a lot of vinegar. I'll share a story with you in a minute why that's a lot of vinegar. And I don't think you'd want to be at that wedding reception if it was vinegar. Okay. So, Jesus saith unto them, Fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. And he saith unto them, Draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast. And they bare it. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and saith unto him, Every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and when the men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept the good wine until now. This verse tells me it's not grape juice, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't care how much grape juice you drink. If somebody hands you out some bad grape juice, you're going to know that they switched over to some cheap grape juice. You're going to know the difference between sparkling Welch's grape juice and somebody handing you a glass of Kool-Aid. Now, me personally, I like grape Kool-Aid, so I probably take that over it. But that's not the point. The point being is, you're going to know the difference between actual grape juice and Kool-Aid, or the cheap stuff, watered down stuff, if it is wine. However, and somebody is well drunken in wine, it doesn't matter at a certain point if it's good or if it's cheap. It doesn't matter, because they're so drunk, you're just putting liquid in the cup. As long as it has somewhat of a hint of alcohol in it, or it looks like wine, you're probably going to get off of this wine. They're well drunken, as the governor points out. And then we read the 11th verse. This begins the miracle that Jesus in Cana in Galilee manifested forth his glory, and his disciples believed on him. Okay, this was the first miracle of Jesus Christ. He's turning water into wine. Going back to the vinegar. Let's go ahead and just cover vinegar now. The definition of vinegar is a sour tasting liquid containing acetic acid obtained by fermenting and dilute alcoholic liquids, typically wine, cider, or beer, and used as a condiment or for pickling. So the definition of that alone is it's diluted, fermented alcohol liquids. So it could be made with wine, cider, beer, and it's used for a condiment or pickling. It's not used for a beverage or a drink. Like I said earlier, I'll give you a hint. My youngest son liked pickle juice. He thought he could drink it. He learned real quick it wasn't a good idea. And you would not want to be at a wedding party where everybody's drinking pickling juice or drinking vinegar. Because if you was, it wouldn't be a pretty sight. So vinegar's out. We're going to go ahead right now at this point and eliminate vinegar. Vinegar ain't happening. Or, trust me, the stories of wine being served, vinegar weddings would have been historically written about. Because that would have been some historical, disgusting scenes. So, yeah. Vinegar's out. So, wine and grape juice. So wine, an alcoholic drink made from fermented grape juice, or whatever type of fruit it's made from. Grape juice, usually sterilized and often diluted juice of grapes used as a beverage. Once again, it's diluted, so they're weakening the grape juice down with some water. Okay, we're going to be adding water to it to dilute it. So a lot of people say, hey, Jesus wouldn't have done that, it's sin. And that's what this video is about. I want people to know, if you drink a glass of wine, if you drink a beer, and you control it, and you're not a drunkard, you don't have to have it, you just enjoy a glass of wine, or you do a beer, or perhaps you do it because you have kidney problems. Maybe it helps you flush out your kidneys. I know people with kidney stone problems have used them, and it's really helped them. So maybe you fall in that boat somewhere. I don't want you to have to go around feeling guilty that you're sinning when you're not. Now, if you're drinking to the point of being a drunkard, yeah, you may have a problem. Actually, you do have a problem. If you're a glutton to things, don't mess with it. Leave it alone. Don't risk it. But if you do drink and you're not getting drunk off of it, you're not committing a sin. It's only those who get drunk who are sinning. So remember, you have to get drunk to be sinning. Okay? There's a lot of scripture in the Bible that backs exactly what I'm saying. And the only place in the Bible that you're going to come across where it says not to drink wine, it also says in the verse before that, all things indeed are pure. So let me just read those two verses. It's Romans 14, 20 and 21. For meat destroy not the work of God. All things indeed are pure, but it is evil for that man who eateth with offense. It is good neither to eat flesh, nor to drink wine, nor anything whereby thy brother stumbleth, or is offended, or is made weak. So yeah, if you know that somebody has an alcohol problem, don't serve wine at your dinner party. If you've invited them to supper and you know they have a drinking problem, don't be the jerk that serves wine. That's not very nice. Okay? Don't be a stumbling block. Be a good Christian. Then serve, I don't know, Kool-Aid. It's okay, whatever. You know, Pepsi, water, it's all good. Juice. Then hey, find some grape juice maybe. I don't know. Find out what they like to drink and serve it. What's a nice thing to do, alright? If you want to eat meat, you want to drink wine, make sure that you ain't got drunk people that have a problem with alcoholism, okay? That's the key. Don't be offensive to people. And that's the reason why I begin this. I didn't want anybody to come off offended. I don't want you to be like, oh, really? For some people, drinking is a sin because they can't control it. And this is just reality, folks. This is the truth. Some people can't stop with one glass of wine. Some people can't stop with one beer. They got to have a case. Look, I've heard about it for years. People had to have a case of beer, 2 cases of beer, get it Friday at the end of work, and by Monday they're out of beer and they're broke. I've heard these stories of men that used to do this back here in the mountains, and they left their families poor because they spent all their money on alcohol. When you're doing that, yeah, you're sinning. There ain't no question about it, you're sinning. You're being a glutton, you're a drunkard, and you're not taking care of your family. So you got an issue. You need to get it fixed. You need help. Seek out God. Put God first. That way all your priorities will fall into place. Then, for you, this is a stumbling block. So leave it alone. Not encouraging anybody to do it, especially if you have issues with gluttony. Don't do it. But, just to prove that drinking wine is not a sin, I got 2 more verses for you. And I got a statement. Let's start with the verses. 2 Corinthians 5:21. For he hath made him to be sin for us who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. Remember the part where it says, who knew no sin. Jesus Christ knew no sin. He committed no sins when he was here. He was sinless. He didn't do anything wrong. Anybody said it different? Check yourself. Matthew 11:19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking. And they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. Winebibber. You know what a winebibber is? That's a habitual drinker of alcohol. That's the definition of it. Okay? It's somebody that drinks, will sit and drink and drink and drink and drink. I don't believe Jesus did that. No more than I believe he was a glutton. But he did say he ate and drank. He did eat and he did drink. Which means he ate food and he drank wine. But they made it sound worse than what it was. Oh, because you're eating food, you're a glutton. Because you're drinking wine, you're a winebibber. Because you're talking to the publican and the sinner, that must be your buddy. That's who you're hanging out with. He was talking to them to get them saved. And yes, he loved them because they were sinners and they were lost, and he wanted to lead them into Christianity, and he wanted to teach them the right way to live. But that wasn't what he condoned. He wasn't condoning their lifestyle. He was trying to change their lifestyle. But Jesus knew no sin. Yet he still drank wine. He still ate, but he wasn't a glutton. This is just things that people tried to put on him to make him look bad. Well, we know he didn't do that. But he did, in fact, drink wine. So, thus, if Jesus did it and knew no sin, that means it's not a sin. Because I don't believe Jesus got drunk on it. He was smart. He understood. He was not allowing himself to be that way. So, there it is. That's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's informative to you. The history of, there's so much history about wine and the time frame when Jesus was on this earth. folks, wine was just a beverage they drank at one point in time. I'm sorry. Does that hurt your feelings? If you're like, if that breaks you down, if that disappoints you, I'm sorry. But at one point in time, wine was probably as popular and probably more so popular than coffee. It was the vineyards were covered everywhere. I mean, the history of Rome, Italy itself, there was grapevines everywhere. They put a grapevine if it was up a tree, wherever they could send a grapevine, they planted it and ran it to produce grapes. They didn't care. They wanted that. It was a need. Okay, it provided stuff for their body, it had nutrients, it helped them, so they used it. It's reality, you just have to accept it. It's not a sin, and it's just like the scripture said I read before, all things indeed are pure. It's just that people can make them evil, and the devil can use them for evil, and people can use stuff for evil. So we can't do that. We have to do what's pleasant and pleasing to God. So I do appreciate your time today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, the little bell, so you get notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. We appreciate your time, and this Frog is out.